Hey, what's been happening, guys? Welcome back to our newest Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Today we're gonna be having a match against a fellow comrade. I have found this guy over the Smoking Battle Finder, and it was a decent match in general. Now, I do have a question for you guys, and I want you guys to be as honest as you can possibly be on the next following question. Who was your first shiny Pokemon you have encountered? Is there a specific story to it? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, my first was a Butterfree. I catch it in the Lake of Rage, or I believe I failed to catch it because I did not have any balls. It's kinda hard to remember. Anyways, it was the Lake of Rage, and it was so random. But it's definitely a memorable moment in a Pokemon game. Anyways, let's get straight to it, shall we? I'm gonna switch out to Amoonguss. Gotta expect the Leaf Storm. He does go for the Leaf Storm with a -2. I'm gonna go for the Spore, expecting a switch. He does have a Clefable, but in total respect, I can put something to sleep. His Clefable is going to be forced to Heal Bell later on, which means that I'm most likely going to have an upper hand in that case, safer switch and so forth. But I do switch out to Rotom. He switches out to Rapidash on the same turn. I'm Scarf, I know I can outspeed. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch just to get some damage in there. Proceed to go to Entei and take whatever he packs. But this damage right here really does tell me it's Bandit. I'm not seeing a Life Orb Recall, and Rapidash is not the most strongest Pokemon out there, so the damage did indicate he is probably Choice Bandit. So I'm gonna try to play my cards correctly here. I switch out to my Lantern. I don't know. It was not the best move out there. I should, I should just stay in, but I believe we both switch out. He predict me to Toxic, the Slowking. He makes a clever move, plus in total respect, Clefable can majority. It can wall majority things. A Lantern tends to throw at her. But I do switch out to my Durant, make a double switch just to be sure this Clefable does not have Flamethrower of any sort. There can be some sort of Ice Beamers and T-Bolters and Flamethrowers and who knows what else Clefables may run. So I just want to be sure it's a Simon set, and he did switch out to his Weezing. I switch out to my Entei. Maybe he was thinking I'm more of a special orientated, so he was going to Rapidash to get the Flash Fire, but unfortunately I decided to go for a sub. I'm physical, and this Entei is actually pretty different. This Entei actually runs Howl, Extreme Speed, Fire Fang, and Substitute. It's totally walled by Pokemon such as Sandslash, but it's working his own way out in some certain cases. It is a situational Pokemon at times, but Extreme Speed out there, Adamant Nature, it does still pack a hole in some Pokemon. In this case, Slowking is gonna regain all that lost HP with the help of Slack Off, or if he were to switch out, it would happen pretty much the same. I did switch out to my Lantern as he did Slack Off. I switch out to my Rotom now, and he switches out to his Rotom as well. As I do go for the Volt Switch just to get a little bit damage, plus to scout what kind of set he is, seeing some sort of leftovers or anything of that sort. As long as I can outspeed, Rotom's standard form is actually faster than all the other Rotoms if it is Scarf. But just getting damage in there. Switching out to Durant on the Clefable, because now I know Clefable is gonna strike in here, and that's the reason I make a double switch to my Durant. And this is probably one of those turns I was talking about. He will need to be forced to Heal Bell, but with Hone Claws, Iron Head is a solid one hit, which probably tells you that Hone Claws would have probably been a 2-hit on the Weezing on the switch, which is completely ridiculous. Durant is so freaking powerful, and I love it. But now I decide to switch out to my Lantern, knowing that that Pokemon cannot really do much against me. So I'm just gonna go for Scald. Actually, I was kinda expecting him being Scarf and going for the electric mode. That's the reason I switch out to my Lantern first hand, or predicting the hidden power. But knowing that he did lock himself into that, he can't really do much, and I just proceed to go for the Scald and take down his Weezing with a couple of crits involved. May as well do it, right? Anyways, switching out to Amoonguss as he does go for hidden power. I'm guessing, no. He did predict me to switch out to Amoonguss, and that's probably why he decided to go for the hidden power. I'm pretty sure it's hidden power fire. Maybe it's hidden power ice. Well, whatever it is super effective on Amoonguss, and I can go for the Spore, put it to sleep, and make my teammates' job a bit easier. I'm gonna go to Golurk. He does switch out to Slowking. It's not really a switch into my favor, so I'm gonna need to switch out to my Lantern to pretty much take whatever Slowking packs. At worst, I can at least poison it, but he did go for the Scald, playing it safe, and he did get a burn, which is gonna cripple my Lanto's capabilities a little bit. I do have Heal Bell, but it's still a pain. They go for the Toxic, but he does make a good switch here and switches out his Rotom. Being that he is asleep, he's fully immune to my Scald Burn, Toxic and so forth. But I decided to go for the Heal Bell to get rid of that burn, because residual damage on the switch, you know, residual damage in general really does heavily cripple your walls and tanks. And sometimes, you know, even after really taking moves extremely nice, all that extra damage does a bit too much, especially if you make a switch and then get burn damage and so forth. But anyways, switch out Entei, go for the Fire Fang straight off the bat. I don't want to be risking too much, plus I want to force that Pokemon to switch out, so you know, Clefable is down. It's gonna be resetting that sleep count, and that's something I was kind of looking forward to. I did get a crit, but I do switch out my Lantern now as he switches out his Absol. Again, Slowking, painful Pokemon with that ability of his, Dream World ability of his. That is just a perfect ability to run. He does go for the Psych, what's it called? Psycho Cut? Yeah, Psycho Cut, and retaliate with a Sucker Punch afterwards, and takes me out. Now I do have Extreme Speed, just playing it safe again. I'm actually starting to realize how how one-minded I was in this match. Like, I had one thinking process here, like, play obvious. Like, the whole match was so freaking obvious. Look at this. I mean, everybody would have seen it coming, right? Yet I did it, and I'm not sure why I'm playing this obvious, but it's not like, when I think about it, it's, you can play obvious with this Pokemon with that have Regenerate, because even if they do predict the switch, it didn't do all that much. His Rotom is asleep, and that, you know, that pretty much seals the deal for him, because sleep, you know, resetting and so forth. I can only switch out and regain 33% of my HP back. So he does have a Slowking, and I do have my Amoonguss kind of combination there with some regeneration, but Hidden Power again, take him out. Nice. Switches out to his Rapidash. I guess he was not sure what kind of Hidden Power I'm running, plus the way stuff work, I may have just overpredicted, but again, I'm just playing so freaking obvious. Look at this. Golurk stays in here, takes the Flare Blitz to the face, but Recall is gonna take him out. Unfortunately, Golurk still survived this move. That is unfortunate for him, but Absol is easily gonna take me out. I didn't want to give this Absol a possibility to Sword Dance, so I just decided to stay in. So Entei can easily strike in here, and I make a double switch to Amoonguss, expecting him to switch out to his Slowking, and yeah, that's exactly what he did. So I guess I'm not the only one playing obvious here. He's the one playing obvious. I mean, all this stuff are so freaking obvious, yet we're both executing them, you know, in that certain order. I mean, everybody can see it coming. He does go for the Thunder Wave. I did not expect that. I would have expected Toxic more than Thunder Wave, but hey, it may do, you know. Slowking can actually outspeed it afterwards. I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain. I'm defensive actually. I'm still taking this Flamethrower quite nicely, but Slowking of this sort, I'm kinda guessing it's mostly, you know, one of those special defensive variants to take the moves, and we're pretty much just hanging in there, you know, just taking moves, taking super effective moves like no other, and Poison still racking up on the Slowking. So eventually Slowking is gonna fall down. There is no question about that. Slowking, you are going down before my Amoonguss. It doesn't matter what you have. If you don't have Psych, I should handle you. But I don't want to be risking any sort of crits, and why would I? You know, Amoonguss regenerating on the switch, may as well do it. His Slowking is already poisoned. So again, it's heavily crippled. I'm going to switch out to my Entei, expecting a Flamethrower one more time, and yeah, he did it one more time. Extreme Speed, take him out, and that is a dead Slowking. I cannot believe how bad I was playing in this match. Like, it doesn't matter the score, it's just, I was playing so obvious. Everybody would have read me like an open book. it's incredible. I actually go for the sub. He actually gone for a sucker punch, predicting me to not go for a sub, predicting him to do something else, to not go, not go for that move. But yeah, that was not the case, and that was the match. So hope you guys have enjoyed. A pretty straightforward match with a lack of predictions, to be perfectly honest. There are a couple of them, like Durant on the Toxic, double switching to ensure he doesn't have flamethrower, playing it safe through the course of this match. But when I think about it a bit more, I guess the reason I didn't really do any sort of risky predictions is because I didn't feel like, they aren't needed, they aren't required to win, and that's why I guess I didn't really play a bit more risky. But anyways, again guys, hope you have enjoyed. If you did, click that like button, and that's gonna be all for today. Until next time guys, take care, peace.